Hey guys, Engineer Wannabe here with my good friends Wolfie and Chaz. It's good to see everyone. Good to see you guys, Wolfie and Chaz, and everyone in the chat. Hope you're having a great weekend so far. It is hot over here. Not as hot as Europe and you know the U.S., but still hot. But yeah, good to see you guys. Wolfie, how's your weekend going?
Good, good.
That's good.
Picked up Omega
Yeah,
Yeah,
yesterday.
man.
that's so cool. Oh,
Big
what a
boy.
beast.
Very comfortable and light.
Yeah. Titanium, right?
All titanium.
Very nice. Very cool.
What a
So
Congrats.
watch.
good weekends. Good weekend so far.
Yeah. You got that yesterday?
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh,
I ordered it in back in April. They had to ship it, and I think it got here in late May or something, and they held it for me
yeah. Exciting. Are you in stateside?
in Vegas. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Otherwise,
Well,
I'd
that
be
explains it.
I'd be asleep. Yeah.
Yeah, I should have known because there's light behind you too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be like 3 in the morning
Yeah.
in Austria.
All right. Well, it's good to have you back in our time zone. Chaz, how are you, sir? How's your weekend?
Doing great. It's been a great weekend. Had the kids back home. Came in yesterday. We had a good day together and part of the day today. And
Yeah.
so that's a rare occurrence. Doesn't happen a lot, so always fun.
Yeah.
Um, we're kind of empty nesters now, so it's good to have them come back. But great
Yeah.
weekend. It's good being here with you and the living legend Wolfgang. And
Yes.
man, I love that ProPlof. Just such a cool watch.
It
I
is
mean,
so
so
cool.
cool.
And I
It
Yeah.
brought a second Omega for the
Look at
Omega
this.
3.
Wow.
That's the two I have
My
here.
Yeah, just
nice.
in time for the Omega
Quite,
show.
quite different.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Yeah, there's a lot of difference in
Yeah.
in thickness there.
I bet I could pull off a pro plot.
Yeah.
I,
You
I
could,
You could.
especially
I
that
look a little.
titanium model.
Yeah,
It's like it
I'll be
be a little
double the size.
hockey puck ish,
Yeah,
but you could do it.
yeah.
But got the
Oh yes,
Planet
the
Ocean tonight. Um,
creamsicle.
yeah, and in honor of our Omega stream,
Yeah,
and
that's good.
also have the Pulse side of the moon. Um,
Nice.
and if we're going to all Omega tonight,
Yeah.
so wanted to represent, have my two contributions to that
Sounds good.
to that venture.
Yeah. Well, you guys probably saw my wrist when I held up my wrist just there, but I am wearing the Speedmaster in
Oh
honor of the
man,
Omega show. Sapphire sandwich. Really
beauty.
enjoying seeing the case or the movement for once because it's the first time I've had to display back on a Speedmaster, and yeah, it's kind of nice to flip it over while winding and look at the intricacy of well of the movement. Not too intricate, but it's still beautiful. um, yeah. So let's say hi to everyone in the chat, and then we'll talk about the premise behind the Omega show. There are some stakes, some high stakes on my part, but yeah, let's say hi to everyone here. Wolfgang saying it's a Grand Seiko free stream.
There you go,
Wait,
Chad.
no, it hasn't started yet. It hasn't started yet. We gotta get to the intro first. um, Bruno, good to see you. All Speedmaster show. Neff, good to see you. Reference number free zone, he says. BJ, how's it going? Good to see you as well. Hope you're doing well. Let's see. Got Jeffrey Deach. How's it going, sir? Great to see you here. Peter, good to see you. And Marcus, how are you? Good to see you. I just need to wind my Speedmaster in 3 minutes for today's Omega show. Yeah. Uh, Bill K, good to see you as well. Hope you're doing well. Um, the wrench means you're extra precious. Yeah, I haven't actually seen who the moderators are in a while. So on StreamYard, you can't quite see them, but anyway, they're not extra precious. They're equally precious. Dan, how are you? Good to see you. He's wearing the Planned Ocean today, in honor of the the Omega show. Dennis, good to see you as well. Hope you're doing well. Hey, Robert H, good to see you. It's been a while. Hope you're doing well. Pale Horse, good to see you. Kevin S is here. Got Torin briefly checking in from the cottage in Muskoka. Hope you enjoyed, man. Happy belated birthday. It was Torin's birthday yesterday, so
Happy birthday.
yeah. Steve, good to see you. Hope you're wearing your Omega Seamaster. Caliber YKG is here. We got Dib here. Good to see you. Underreaching Watch Collectors here as well. Let's see. Bonus point to the panel knows what Pro Prof is short for. It's the Plongeur Professionnel.
I think so. I knew that one before.
I'm glad you pronounced it.
I pronounced it wrong, but Time Hill. Steve, good to see you. Getting back from a dinner engagement. I told him I had an important meeting. Great to see you, sir.
Lives were at stake. That's right, Sneaky.
Yeah.
We have to have you here.
Yeah. Torrens were in the Cassie Oak. Let's see. Am I missing anyone? Hey, Sam's here too. Saying happy birthday to Torren. 60 seconds? 60. Oh, 60 is Tudor Prince Oyster Date. Cool. All right. I got the winner there. Wabin is here too. Good to see you. We're in the red metal Cassie Oak. Cool. 2 Cassie Oaks. And Joey, good to see you, sir. All right. So a bit of an intro here for the premise. We're just gonna discuss Omegas, our favorite Omegas. And I am not allowed to mention Grand Seiko. It's an intro, so I'm okay. Unless, okay, so I guess to make it a bit easier for you guys, you can try to trick me in the comments and make me mention Grand Seiko. I have to apparently buy Chaz a G-Shock with every Grand Seiko mention. So I don't know who's keeping. Oh, okay, Wolfie's keeping count. All right. Whew, a lot of pressure here, but no mentioning it starting now. Okay, so
What's your favorite brand, Sanjay?
Omega. Can I use initials? Am I allowed to do that? No initials.
No cheating.
Okay. All right. Can I? Oh wait, I should ask. Can I use the lower brand? The lower echelon brand.
I'd say no, but we can ask the chat.
Okay, yeah. We'll see what the chat says. But so we're gonna chat about our favorite Omegas. Maybe we'll go around the panel, and start with Wolfie. What is your favorite line from Omega? Do we got
the Pro Prof yesterday? I really like it. I mean,
yeah.
I don't really understand why I didn't buy it sooner. But it's kind of hard to find in the wild. It's not like the ADs don't carry them anymore. You have to find a boutique to see them. And even the boutique sometimes, like one of the Vegas boutiques, they don't have even a single one of them. So until Dan sent me some pictures of this one, the titanium with the gray dial, the titanium dial, that kind of got me started because there were like real life pictures, not just the Omega website. and I decided, nah, let me see one in person. And the second I laid my eyes on it, I told Karan, order one.
Wow.
So it's really one of my favorite divers in all of my collection now.
Yeah.
So hard to say, Omega has so much. I like Jazz's Planet Ocean. I like the older dress pieces. I like the Aquaterra line. It's hard to pick one.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I like about the brand so much. Is that it's so much variety. Even if you go back, 10, 20 years,
Yeah. So
it's
let's try to simplify this a little bit. We'll go to Omega's website. Let me share a screen here. Look at that, much quicker than I usually am. uh, all right, let's see. So we've got it simplified here, right? We've got four. So we got four, not SKUs, but four series. And so Seamaster includes Aquaterra,
yeah,
Professional, Planet Ocean, and Constellation is Constellation, and Globemaster. Speedmaster is all the Speedmasters.
Mhm.
We got Deville. I guess Seamaster includes the Ploprof as well, right?
yeah.
So
I
if
mean,
you
let me think. Probably might they have like a special section, right, or something? Is it under the wheel? Maybe no,
no.
can't be.
Uh, let me search Ploprof. Let's see.
Yeah,
Seamaster.
Seamaster. Yeah,
Yeah.
makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Yeah, see, I
so
didn't
pretty.
even know they had the white dial still in the catalog.
The white and blue.
Yeah, I didn't know that was still there.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. It's so hard to find. The only one I've ever seen was the one I got now and the two tone. I never seen this one. Never seen the orange bezel one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've never seen this particular one either.
Yeah, the orange one looks good too.
Yeah,
Orange bezel.
this is the Chaz one.
Yeah,
Oh, love
yeah,
it. Yeah.
Titanium on titanium, all of them.
yeah.
I think the black one is steel, right?
Um,
Or was it the last?
maybe I think no. That they had a black one with a date, but that was discontinued. That was steel.
Okay.
I think the ones they have now is all titanium,
Yeah.
except for the little rose gold on the two tone.
Yeah. So I'm guessing you're gonna go with the Seamaster line. You're
Yeah, yeah. If I would have to pick one, definitely.
yeah.
Especially considering what's in there.
Yeah.
You now have the ultra deeps in the Planet Ocean section. You got all the Aquaterras that I like. So yeah,
Mm-hmm. It's almost not fair. But
yeah.
I mean, who's gonna pick the constellation line?
Well, Constellation. Yeah, I like the Globe Master, but yeah,
Yeah.
it's
I do like that.
Speedmaster and Seamaster for most
Yeah.
people.
Yeah. Let's see what you guys in the chat are saying here. I'm in a landmine zone. Okay. Okay. Who am I talking? Sure. Okay. um, Kevin says I can only mention Long Island Watch. Okay, so is that like a code word?
Yeah.
My favorite brand is Long Island. Bruno is asking about the new that came out today. Um, I mean, we're no talking about it, right? I don't care. I don't care.
Did one come
Uh,
out today? Really? I
I
missed
I
it.
mean, we can't talk about it, so
All right, we can't talk about it, but you're not allowed to mention the name.
yeah.
That makes it more difficult.
BJ, Sector Dial falls under Seamaster, I believe. The CK89, if I'm not mistaken. Let's check real quick.
Probably.
Here. Should be right up on top. Oh, maybe not. All right, let's.
That's where the Pro Profs are too, maybe under the heritage models.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Specialties. Oh.
Yeah.
That's new.
specialty.
Okay.
Yeah.
A little hard
Yeah.
to navigate the website.
Yeah. What do you think of this guy? We haven't really chatted about it.
I like it. I think it's a
Yeah.
beautiful watch.
Yeah.
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 When it came out, I remember, I think it was that Friday of the Moonwatch release, and it kind of got drowned in all the hype and all the, the Swatch thing.
Yeah.
And I considered it, but then I saw a few live pictures and wasn't so sure anymore, and I haven't seen it in person, so I'm not 100% convinced.
Yeah, I had a similar experience, except I did see it in person, and I liked it before I saw it in person. When I did see it in person, I was a
Yeah.
bit put off by specifically the logo is a bit in person
Yeah.
wasn't to my liking. It's kind of why I zoomed in here. This is maybe a bit too heritagey, but
Yeah. I think our eye is so fixed to the modern um, applications on these dials that it's kind of the way I feel when I look at the new Tudor.
yeah,
You know, it's they're trying to be true to the original, and we've gotten so used to the kind of the refinement of the modern. There he is.
yeah.
There
Oh,
he is.
Mr. Omega himself.
Yes.
How are you
Yes.
guys doing?
Good,
Yeah,
Bobby.
good.
Sorry to cut you off there, Chaz.
No. It's time to get cut off. We got Mr. Speedmaster himself on
Yeah.
deck here.
Bobby, what's on your wrist?
It's not an Omega.
Oh no!
Oh man.
But again, I did a watch fest from the beginning of the month, so
Yeah, sure.
I'm absolved of all Omega crimes here. GP Laureato
Yeah,
ceramic for the whole month. So
it's such a cool watch.
it's been 6-7 months now that I've been owning it, and I don't know if you've seen any scratches. I don't see any scratches, but
Wow.
It doesn't look like it.
Yeah.
it's pretty
Nope.
pretty decent.
Magic of ceramic.
Mm-hmm.
I love that.
Let's keep going through the chat here. Dan says the steel has a date. Marcus also mentioned Prof is discontinued, not in the public catalog.
It's not discontinued. It's kind of, as far as I was told, they can still order it, and the boutiques carry it, but the ADs they don't stock it anymore. I was told same thing with the Globemaster. Many ADs don't carry it anymore.
Yeah, well, I've noticed that if a watch is discontinued, when you go onto the page, you are not able to see a price or anything. So since you can see a price, I mean, this is just purely anecdotal. I've noticed since you can actually reveal the price, chances are it's okay.
Yeah, I mean, at least by by April, I know for sure, but that's when he was able to order it.
Yeah. Already.
But it took, it wasn't like they shipped it immediately. It took maybe almost 6 weeks. So it's probably not like, they're not producing high numbers, probably worldwide, a few pieces every year.
Yeah. Maybe it was made to order.
Could be. Or maybe it really is on the way out.
Yeah, probably.
Then it's going to get super expensive.
Oh. Playing the long game. Steve is trying to trap me here. Who makes the snowflake?
God does, right? God makes snowflakes.
Maybe you don't know when Sanjay, says Grand Seiko, he has to buy G-Shock for Chaz.
Oh, okay. That's gonna be easy.
I'm listening, but so far he didn't say it.
Okay, you want us to trap him? You can trap him.
Yeah. I mean, it's up to Chaz if he wants a lot of G-Shocks. He needs something to get going.
So far I'm holding my ground.
Yeah.
Pretty good. Let's see. Neff asking where can he get that awesome green alligator strap on the watch and the thumbnail. Who makes that deluxe? No. But I'll tell you after the show. Joey is wearing something right now. Very, very good. Very good. CK859 sold out. Wow. All right. Well, Chaz, let's go with you next. What is your favorite lineup on the?
It's tough. I was sitting here thinking while Wolfie was talking, and it's such a hard to narrow this down. Between the Seamaster line and the Speedmaster line, there's so many great watches in both of those lines. There's, and I know Wolfie he's not going to pick. Obviously, he's not a chronograph guy, so he's going to gravitate toward the Seamaster line, and I love so many in that line, but I would have to go Speedmaster line for my favorite.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not that kind of collector, but I can appreciate guys who just have a speedy collection. There's so many historic models, and it covers such a broad range of watches. Obviously the Moon Watch, the professional, the most, one of the most famous chronographs ever, but all the way up to the Side of the Moon series, which I love. The gray side is my favorite watch. So yeah, I'd have to go with the Speedmaster line, and just there's so much there, so much history there, so much. I think just amazing watches for the money. I remember the Omega was the first really nice watch I ever got.
Yeah.
And I guess everybody here, if you've been collecting watches, whatever that watch was for you, the first watch that floored me, I had some other watches, nice watches. I had a Tudor, I had Breitling, several other nice watches. You would call them nice watches. But when I got my first Omega, I thought, okay, this is a whole different game. And still my favorite brand. I'm a fan, so I'm not very objective. But if I could just, if somebody said the only thing you can do is collect Speedmasters, I think I'd be happy.
Yeah.
Or same way the Seamaster line. I've owned the World Timer. I've owned an Aquaterra. I've owned. I haven't owned the Seamaster Professional, but I maybe one day would love to add that one. I think it's a great watch too. So many watches in that category, but for me it's the Speedmaster line.
Yeah, and you forgot the Planet Ocean. You own the Planet.
Yeah, I know. I love the Planet Ocean. It was my first. I remember when I started dreaming about really nice watches. I saw this white dial with the orange bezel, and I thought someday I'm going to get that watch. That was one of those watches that I pinned. One day I'm going to get that.
Right.
And it would be one of the last to leave my collection. I'd have to be on hard times to get rid of it. So
yeah,
I still love it. Love it as much today as the day I got it. So, yeah.
Totally understand. It's really I'm kind of surprised you picked the Speedmaster, but at the same time, it makes sense because of the Paul side.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great choice. Bobby, if you were to pick a lineup from Omega's catalog, I wonder what.
Well, the funny thing is, Omega is my favorite brand too. I think Wolfie. I don't know if we were talking earlier, but my first watch I ever bought, luxury wise, I think was the Omega Seamaster SMP 300, the pre-wave. I guess not the current edition, the edition previous to that. It was just a plain black dial one. Paul actually has one, which is a great watch, and I loved it. It's still, I think, value for money. probably one of the best out there. So I'm nostalgically attached to the Seamaster. I've owned the Seamaster GMT, the 50th anniversary, as well as the Spectre Edition Seamaster. So I've had my experiences with the Seamaster, but when I ever first time I've ever handled the Speedmaster, it was a different game altogether. That was my second actually watch. It was the Silver Snoopy, and I still think that's my best watch that I ever have had. And just manually winding chronograph of that caliber for that price point, I don't think there's any comparison. So you can always compare like Seamaster. There's always now like the Tudor Black Bays, the Rolex Submariners. I mean, you can compare dive watches, but like for a manual wind chronograph of that caliber with that history, I don't think there's any model out there that competes with it. I mean, you can say the Rolex, the Daytona, but I still don't think that's a comparison. It's half the price. It used to be the Cosmograph. The Daytona failed NASA testing again, for amongst other brands as well. But just letting you know, NASA chose Omega for a reason. And saving lives of astronauts in Apollo 13. All that history. I mean, that's all the history part of it, but just using handling the watch. Chaz was mentioning, there's so many variations. There's got to be Speedmaster for everybody. That's the thing about the Speedmaster. There is a Speedmaster. You can't say that there isn't a Speedmaster. If you have a smaller wrist, there's the speeding dials. There's the racing dial. Sorry, for bigger wrist, you can have the ceramic Dark Side of the Moon. 44.25, 42 probably fits everybody's wrist. And then there's the different calibers, the 321, the 1861, and 3861. It hasn't changed that much for over 50 years. And then, of course, the limited editions. There's so many out there that it's just you can. And I've had that problem before collecting Speedmasters, but I've enjoyed each and every moment of it. And it was just enjoyable just to talk with. And again, when somebody wears a Speedmaster, I feel like talking to that person because if the proper person's not a douchebag. That's just with me. And I don't think Grand Seiko makes a manual wind chronograph, right? Spring Drive? Does it, Sanjay? All right.
No, they don't.
All right. So, but I think there's no comparison. That's what I feel like, and it's a good entry level chronograph to play with. I think the only one I would probably compare the Speedmaster to probably would be the Navitimer, Breitling's.
That's a good point.
Of all the chronographs out there.
Yeah, and I mean, up until recently with the 3861 movement, it was pretty much half price of the Navitimer with the B01 at least.
Yep.
So, and now they're aligned, but.
And you own the Sapphire Sandwich, right? So I mean, I don't think Breitling has as beautiful of a case back.
No,
as
no,
that
they
one.
don't.
So it's hard to compare. I mean, Breitling's heading to the right direction, but I still don't think they're at Omega's level.
Yeah, and
department at least.
the people who complain about 50 meters of water resistance, Breitling's Navitimer is 30. So take that, Breitling. No, I love the Navitimer. Yeah, great answer from a former Speedmaster collector.
No, I'm still a Speedmaster collector. I still have 3 Speedmasters with me, but not as much as before. And,
yeah.
Like how you're trying to contain yourself with Grand Seiko, I'm trying to contain myself with the Speedmaster.
Yeah. Yes.
And you're both failing. I hope you know that.
Okay. I'm okay. Let's go into the chat and see what's going on in there with you guys. Steve again with the beautifully placed trap. Dib here with shots fired. Ugly watches don't get super expensive. They're forgotten. I don't know. I don't know if Dib likes the P01, but there's I could say traditionally the Ploprof is kind of ugly, but it's so ugly it's cool. you know,
Yeah, I mean it's similar to the P01. A few people like him.
yeah.
Most people find him ugly, and Dip hates both. The Pro Prof.
Wolfie, does yours loom on the bezel too?
Yeah,
Nice.
Great loom on that watch.
yeah. I didn't even realize until I saw it yesterday. Let me see if
Yeah, I know the current models, like some of them loom on
yeah,
the
it's
bezel, which is
it's
amazing.
amazing loom. It's probably way too bright here. Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
but Vegas sunlight
Yeah.
is
yeah. No,
You kind of see it.
but it's really really good loom.
Yeah. Yeah, I believe it. Now
But
saying Sanjay's glide wheels are turning, navigating this chat. Yes, yes, well said. Um, Scott mentioning that the Globemaster is the most of Omega. Hey, Patrick, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Let's see. Bobby Perry Mason on the case. You're good, Chaz. Not a clue what that means, but um, Tim, can you moon somebody while wearing a moon watch? You sure can. Nothing's stopping you.
oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yes.
nice.
That's Wolfie. That's a Poprof
yeah,
loom
Yeah.
shot. And
yeah.
so it's
Incredibly bright.
crazy good loom.
It's almost as good as Seiko loom right there, right? Seiko turtle.
Mhm.
It's and I love the color, that blue loom Omega uses. It's
Yeah.
just beautiful. Yeah.
I'd say it's better.
Steak
than-
loom is good,
No,
but
I don't-
this
I-
one
I-
is
It's close.
good.
I like the Seiko. For me, at least, the Seiko and the was the brightest. I think the Omega might last longer. I think that's probably.
Yeah, that I don't know, but this one is the Pro Prof is super bright, even more than way more than the Pelagos, for example, or in Aquaterra or something. I don't know why, but this is Seiko level bright.
Nice.
Yeah. Scott's asking if you think the Ed White is worth the aftermarket price, which
No.
seems to be trickling back down.
Yeah, it's not worth the aftermarket price. It's worth the market price for sure.
Yeah.
How much is it in retail?
14.
Hmm.
And definitely, if you give me 14 now, and you chose to give me at least, again, this is me being biased here, a Daytona versus a Ed White. The Ed White is a better watch, a better looking watch.
Yeah,
The
of course.
Daytona is a bit more functionally better watch because it's but with the probably both of them have really good bracelets. The Ed White has the flat link bracelet. I don't know if Sanjay or Wolfie or Jazz, you've handled that flat link bracelet from Omega. But it's a perfect combo of the flat link bracelet, the Ed White case, 39.7 millimeters. The vintage shoes and that beautiful caliber 321
Mm-hmm.
movement that was taken
Yeah,
from
that
the
movement is gorgeous.
Apollo 17 mission.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
have that one, right,
Beautiful.
Bobby?
I had that one.
Oh, you had it, yeah.
Yeah.
Wonder
Been
if
trying to-
Marcus, Canadian Marcus, if he got his. I haven't heard from him recently, so
Mm.
I
I'm
hope
not
he
sure.
has.
So these, like, I know that and again, I remember getting this like yesterday, last year, getting both the Snoopy and the Ed White on the same day.
Oh, right. Yeah.
But again, I think still now I haven't heard of any AD getting hands up either.
Oh, okay.
But again, I could be wrong. But if anybody's heard of an AD getting a Snoopy or a Ed White, just let me know. But I think still now the boutiques are having their say with the distribution.
Yeah. Did mentioning the first luxury watch I got was the ceramic non-wave dial S&P 300 in blue.
Yep.
Yeah. That reminded me. Your comment reminded me of the video that Pete did from Not So Obvious Watches, because I overheard him call it the first serious watch, and I really like that terminology.
Hmm.
Not preaching at you or anything, but just I was struck by the fact that he used that phrase. It was just in passing. I know he did a video talking about Adrian's luxury tier list video or category video, but yeah, the fact that he used serious watch, it's like the word that was the word I was looking for. You know?
That's a
So,
good way to
What was
classify
what
it.
was what was Wolfie? What was your first serious watch?
What do you mean?
Like
The
like what Sanjay was just mentioning. Great,
Like-
like first serious watch. I guess is that what you're
serious
trying to say?
watch? Yeah. I don't know. Does it tag? Quartz tag doesn't count. No, it doesn't count. No.
no,
You could. I mean, you could enter.
No, probably not in that content. Like it's not automatic, not mechanical. It doesn't count. So it was the first mechanical was Hamilton, doesn't count. So it was a Rolex Explorer 2
Okay.
black dial. Yeah.
oh
And
wow,
you, Sanjay?
And we almost had him. Chess. There was the first G-Shock. It was almost there.
that was close. That
You
was
can't
close.
remember. It's
I even opened my mouth to answer.
Nobody does it like Bobby.
Yeah, that was smooth. But yeah, I caught myself. It was the brand that shall not be named.
Okay. All right. Chaz, what was yours?
The Omega Planet Ocean. That was my that would be what I would call my first serious watch. Yeah.
Is that the orange one? The orange.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dan mentioning that there is no Speedmaster for him.
Not a fan. Dan's not a fan.
No.
Well, there's no titanium Speedmaster, right?
Oh no, I don't think so.
I don't think
there
they
is.
ever made one.
There's a
Not that I know
titanium
of.
Seamaster for sure, but
Yeah,
I thought Dan liked the dark side of the moon. Am I
Dan is
misremembering
like
that?
me, right? He's not into chronographs that much.
yeah, Dan
Oh,
doesn't
okay.
like anything that he likes simple dials. I think.
Yeah,
It's more.
that's probably why.
Yeah.
But even me, I if I was into chronographs, there are tons of them Speedmasters that I would like. That would be kind of in my top 10. I probably would own 2 or 3. Gray
Yeah.
Side and Apollo 8, and all
Apollo
the
8,
all,
beautiful one.
there's so much options. The meteorite dial on the Gray Side, and I mean,
Oh man.
So nice. Randall, good to see you and meet you. I do not have that watch anymore. Patrick says the Seamaster line for me. Love the Ploprof. If I was to go speedy, Gray Side is my favorite. Yeah, lots of fans of the Gray Side, including me. Juan, good to see you, sir. Hope you're doing well. Let's see. Joey, El Primero. El Primero is nice.
what do you guys think is like the biggest seller? Is it like the Seamaster or the Speedmaster?
Ooh, that's a good question.
It might be close.
I would probably say Seamaster.
More options in there.
More approachable value too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's
maybe. But more iconic is probably the Speedmaster. Like for.
Because I remember when I first bought the Seamaster, I was just looking for the most approachable entry point at the boutique, and I think it was like 4,200 at that point. I was like, okay, and then I love the Speedmaster. I saw the Speedmaster there, and I was like, yeah, 5. They said something about near 5 or something. I was like, yeah, no, I'll just get the 4. So.
Bill is asking Bobby what you think of the El Primero. Let's say the A386.
You're talking about the El Primero. So I've owned an El Primero,
Yeah.
and I've owned the Striking 10. So I've seen the original one, the 1970 386, right?
Mhm.
And I just love. I do appreciate it. I am not a fan of. I think this even in the picture you show it, the date at the 430.
Yeah.
Not a big fan of that, but
Mm.
I would probably say the L Premier would rival the Speedmaster in movement, right? The
Mhm.
caliber itself. It does have a great history as well, but I think that like if you compare this, and for example, if you're just looking at the style right now,
Mhm.
if I asked you what time it is, you're going to take a little bit longer time to tell me the time compared to a Speedmaster where there's a black and white contrast, a traditional Speedmaster,
Yeah.
traditional El Primero. So functionality wise, I would probably lean towards a Speedmaster than the El Primero. Although, you know, people can argue about, how, the beauty of the tricolor subdials of the El Primero. Um, I think also tool wise, I think the El Primero being a high beat movement, I think probably needs servicing more, guessing compared to uh, the 321.
Yeah.
Again, it'll be more. I'd probably say it's more accurate, the El Primero compared to, of course, compared to the 321. But it'd be very interesting to compare the 3861 versus the current El Primero movements.
That's
I don't know if any
interesting.
reason that.
How accurate are, like the normal Speedmasters, not the 321? Are they as accurate as I mean the Seamasters I have, or the Will I have? I mean,
Well, the one like
unbelievable.
Sanjay has right now, it's metas, right?
Yep. It has certified, so 0 to 5 seconds a day. Mine runs at
Yep.
like 2 to 3 seconds plus.
So
Yeah.
compared to current El Primero, that'd be nice. Like, comparing the accuracy of those two movements would be interesting to see. But
I don't
um,
even know if Zenith cites an accuracy for their upper mirror
no, it
movements.
has to be like a field test.
Yeah,
uh, um,
and they don't hack.
no,
Yeah. I had one, back when I had chronographs. I had an El Primero.
but I don't know if you ever seen the striking tenth, or even like now they have the 1/100th. The how
Yeah.
quickly that's actually a nice gimmick for watch geeks like us.
Yeah,
How quick, and this tells you, how innovative Zenith is in
mhm,
advancing their movements. Um,
yeah, yeah. With the new Zenith upper mirror original, those do hack. I should mention, and they do have 1/10 of a second, which is pretty cool. Um, yeah, do love me some Zenith. um, let's see. Hey, Bobby Legs is here. Good to see you, sir. Hope you're doing well. Um, okay. Well, for me, with the lineup, I'd pick Speedmaster. A few months ago, I probably would have picked Seamaster, but maybe it's the honeymoon phase because I'm still wearing this guy. Has I have not been able to really put it down for an extended period of time. I would, if I were to pick an Omega lineup, it would definitely be Speedmaster because uh, there's just there's just some and I really enjoy heritage and history, and the fact that it was on the moon is really cool, but there's just something about it as just a plain watch, as a package. It is so legible for a chronograph, for any watch. It's incredibly legible, like Bobby mentioned. Um and there's there's just something cool about it. I think a lot of people were mentioning that the Speedmaster pre 3861 was kind of a letdown. Um,
why was it a letdown?
I've heard quite a few people mention that it doesn't feel like a luxury watch.
Well,
You know,
that's a
um,
day problem, not a
yeah,
geek's
yeah,
problem.
exactly,
So
yeah.
I,
But
I agree with a couple of things in the aspect of the bracelet is much better now, right?
yes,
It's much more luxurious feeling because of the tapered and yours is the new bracelet, right? The
yeah,
sapphires.
yeah,
And that's such a nice bracelet compared to the previous editions.
yeah. I feel like I could, like you just mentioned, I could also kind of see what they meant when they said that it didn't feel like a really luxurious watch. But I feel like with this one, all that was kind of fixed. Um, it because of the bracelet, because of the polishing, um the fact that they thinned it out a lot, for a chronograph to wear this well, um, for my small wrist, it just feels very luxurious to me. So
I think winding the crown is an issue with a speedy, even historically speaking, right? Like
yeah,
to wind the crown, it's kind of a little more difficult in the older Speedmasters comparatively to the new ones.
right.
Um,
That's a good point too. Yeah, so I would pick Speedmaster because of the personal personal feelings I have right now. I've also said that I'm not going to sell this again. So I mean, yeah, we'll see how that goes. But yeah. So Justin mentioning, I know a few folks that had a difficult time getting it to keep time within status specs. Both had to send it back to BN to have it regulate. I'm guessing they're talking about the 321. I've heard that too. Oh, Kevin says there's a titanium Speedmaster blue dial version. Interesting.
Kevin would
There is.
know. He knows a lot of those obscure speedies. Kevin's got he's got a good start to a Speedmaster collection. So yeah, he would.
Yeah,
he would know
there
some of
is
those.
one which is if I remember correctly, Kevin, is it's not the traditional tri subdial, right? It's a 2 subdial Speedmaster, if I remember correctly, with the titanium.
Yep, no.
I don't think there's a 3 subdial Speedmaster. If I like the one that you're having,
That comes up.
You're
on-
right.
So
is it a 2 subdial or 3 subdial?
Two.
Mosso did some reviews.
Yeah, it's a by.
Let's see.
Mhm.
Yeah, this is the one with the date. So
I would say titanium.
It's nice.
So this is like the racing, like the bigger racing.
44.25.
Yeah. It's a nice watch.
Yeah.
Was it the CK2998? Wait, no, that's Seamaster, isn't it?
I had no idea.
Got the first Omega in space case. I don't know. Can't quite remember the reference number of the vintage model, but that one had that blue look to it.
Dan was mentioning there's another Speedmaster I forget is the X33 Skywalker. That is
Oh,
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful one.
That's a Speedmaster?
It's a Speedmaster, so yeah. It's
Yeah.
I
different
think
type
also
of
there's
Speedmaster.
now that I think about it, there's another one called
The Solar
a
Impulse.
limited. Yeah, Solar Impulse. Yeah, I
Mhm.
forgot about that one. That's titanium also. So, there's a couple of them. Solar Impulse is a really cool watch. I've been tempted on that one.
I think that's it would be perfect on your wrist, Kath. I think it's 45, right? 45 or
It's
40.
bigger. It's bigger, and it's got orange accents on it. So, yeah. So it would be a great
Pull it up,
addition.
Sanjay?
I'm sorry?
Can you pull it up, that one they're talking about?
That Solar Impulse. See if you can find that Speedmaster
Yeah,
Solar Impulse.
It's like a
model.
blue green. It's a blue green type of coloration, I believe.
Solar Impulse Speedmaster. This it?
No, that's the Skywalker X33.
Okay.
Yeah,
see the
one
one, the orange.
But
you were going down.
you're talking about.
Yeah, I see the one with the orange bracelet, orange strap. That's it.
Yeah, that one I've never seen.
Ho, ho, ho.
Look,
Yeah, that's titanium.
That's
It's got
nice.
kind of like a carbon fiber dial, and it comes on bracelet too. But I like the orange rubber.
is that quartz?
No, it's an automatic. It's an automatic movement. It's not the manual wind, but it's an automatic. It's a little thicker, a little bigger than the Moon watch. perfect for you, Wolfie, if you wanted to ever go a chronograph.
I like it. I like it a lot. Yeah.
It's a good looking watch. I know Clayton.
Never seen it.
He and I both have been tempted by this one. Yeah, I forgot about it, but it's titanium as well.
But discontinued for a while, I guess, right?
Yeah, it's discontinued. It's probably mid 2000s, I think, maybe a little later. But they had that solar impulse thing that was going on with. It was a project they were. Yeah.
And the X33 also has one too. X33 Solar Impulse. That's the blue-green one. It looks like Seahawks colors.
Yes. Yeah, it usually comes on the NATO, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's see. Marcus is mentioning the favorite Speedmaster is the Tintin, which
Beautiful.
Bobby used to have.
Yes.
I really, really like the Tintin as well. I grew up watching Tintin, so I wish I had the opportunity to get one.
Did you see the movie too with the Peter Jackson, Spielberg?
Was that the semi-animated?
It's anime. Yeah, semi. Yeah.
Yeah. I did see that one, but
pretty good.
Yeah.
Collab with, What? So if I had to ask you guys what your favorite iteration besides the traditional Speedmaster, what Speedmaster would you guys get? Let's say you guys have, less than like money at hand right now, and you can buy any Speedmaster. What would draw you besides a regular Speedmaster?
Probably
or Seamaster. Let me ask both questions.
Or Seamaster.
Or you can choose one of each, Wolfie. Get two.
Probably the Speedmaster, the gray side meteorite dial.
Oh, nice.
I think with the it has a little gold accents, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's probably the Speedmaster I'd get. I mean, they got some nice gold ones too. Those look good, but probably that one.
That's a beautiful watch. Chaz, were you thinking about that one before you got the gray side of the moon?
I looked at it. Just incredible. It's a little bit of a jump in price.
Sure.
And they're much more. They're not as you don't see as many of them, so you don't find as good. But absolutely gorgeous. Just that's a Wolfie watch right there.
That is true. And Wolfie, what Seamaster would you get?
Yeah, that's.
It's a lot of Seamasters.
There's a lot of Seamasters, in the price. If Sanchez buying, is there something nice in gold maybe that I never considered?
Okay.
Aquaterra in gold.
Yeah, I mean, they even have my world timer in gold, which looks nice.
The Ultra Deep is Seamaster, right?
Yeah, the Ultra Deep, yeah, definitely that's on my list. I'm gonna get one of those. Wasn't there a platinum world timer Aquaterra?
Yes.
Look at this. Yeah.
Yeah, that's still in the catalog, I think. This one.
Yeah.
But the platinum was the first one, I think, and it was limited, and
I think it's limited 50, if I remember.
Yeah, that was like a very limited run. By the way, if I can get an Omega that Sanjay is buying, or all of you guys together, I'm getting a DeVille. I'm getting the black dial Tourbillon, no question.
Oh yes.
Favorite Omega ever made. I mean, at least from pictures, because even the boutiques don't have them. They, it's kind of like I talked to the manager here, and she said, yeah, basically, if an order comes in, they'll tell Switzerland and they'll produce it, and then they'll ship it. Yeah, that's the one.
Mm-hmm.
Even the movement is gorgeously finished, and I mean, it's incredible. But it's 170K or something. Insane.
Yeah. Don't doubt it.
I think Chaz has his Crail Speedy, right? I feel like
I do. I mean, if it's out of my league, but the Moonshine, that thing is just incredible. I mean, if money was, they do. I'm not sure. Does the green come in the Moonshine, Bobby?
Yep.
The green comes in moonshine, but I think the one left of that, Sanjay, the second row, the first one.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, those are
I
Now
mean, that's just incredible. Those are next level for me. If if I were going to get a precious metal, that would be kind of the one to go for. It's just they're just so beautiful.
that's very good.
More realistically, in the Speedmaster line, is I would really like to look at those 57s. I think they might be a little small for me, but I'd like to try one. Just see how it looked, how it felt. I'd like to add a basic moon watch at some point, possibly. And then the Seamaster line, at some point I want to get an S&P 300 just professional. I want to get just a straight Seamaster S&P.
What color?
I love probably the black dial on a rubber deployment. I just think they're beautiful. That ceramic, I think Omega does their ceramic dials just incredibly well. So,
Yeah. Not the Necton?
Well, I like the Necton too. I do like it. But I think just the standard, I think that's a classy looking watch. I think that's a good all around watch. I think they wear that S&P 300 wears so incredibly well. For a serious dive watch, it's relatively thin, great coaxial movement. That ceramic dial is just beautiful. So I'm obviously a fan, not very objective. And I think you get incredible value. If you're talking about, relatively, obviously we're talking in relative terms, but for what you're getting, I think that represents an incredible value.
Best in the world.
So, yeah, a lot of watch for the money.
Yeah.
Especially pre-owned, nothing beats S&P 300 and Aquaterra.
Absolutely.
Under 5K, 4.5. Can't be beat.
Yeah. Well, before we proceed with us two, Bobby and me, let's catch up here a little bit. Neff is asking me what other brands I collect other than Omega. I used to collect Oris. What potential is there to recollect Oris again? Oris is a great brand. And while we're talking about Oris, we should talk about how Omega, they really care about their customers, right? They work really hard for your money, like they know your name when you buy an Omega watch. They know you. Rolex, they don't care. I'm
just
quoting
a number.
I'm quoting Theo and Harris from a couple of months ago.
Right.
Omega doesn't know you. Omega doesn't care about you guys. That's ridiculous, preposterous notion.
What was Timos's thing? Don't be loyal to a brand because the brand's not loyal to you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They
should know Bobby. We should maybe send them some kind of video. They should know Bobby. If you achieve that type of Omega collector status, you should be known over there in Switzerland.
Well, I know the people here in Miami. At least they know my name.
Yeah.
Some people know my name.
I'll handle it. I'll talk to the guys in Switzerland. And
Sure. This is why I go on the streams with Wolfie. He gets the European market. He knows. And I have Sanjay here for the Japan market, right?
Yes. No one knows me there either, but
you saw this 55th anniversary one, the manual wind.
Yes, I did. It's really nice.
13,000. It was pretty expensive though, right?
Was it?
Yeah, I think so. It was.
I mean, there's a lot of 55th anniversary ones, but
no, this week it came out.
Okay.
The dark blue one.
Right. Yes. I know what you're talking about.
Kind of similar to your watch, but not really.
By the way, Sanjay, I wanted to thank you.
Yeah.
Because I was on a on a quiz with Karan today.
Yeah,
You know this quizzes he does now, like
Yeah.
like watch questions.
I watch
And
it afterwards.
there was a there was a there was one question where they had the Grand Seiko summer you have or had.
Yeah,
I'm confused. And because you have to be fast with answering. And I could immediately identify which the sub because he asked like which season it is, and
Oh.
I immediately clicked summer because of you. So thank you.
yeah. You're welcome.
I think there's a video that Sanjay made with comparing the summer versus spring to, or summer versus winter.
winter. Yeah,
That's
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, I remembered the green dial was the summer, so I
Yes.
won.
The burnt grass. Kind of.
Sanjay, your labor has not been in vain.
Yeah, there you go.
Yep.
I have been useful.
Yep.
Is the summer spring drive or just high beat?
High beat.
Okay.
I also saw the you still have the green one, right? The nice one,
Yes.
the smaller one, the dressy piece, right?
Yeah.
I saw that in Karan's place. It's gorgeous.
It's really nice.
Yeah,
That was why I was able to let go of the summer. But
yeah, that's
I'm
really
kind of
dress piece.
still have the winter, right?
into dangerous territory. I'm getting alerts, alarm bells. My pilot's cockpit is lighting up.
T-shirt is coming, Jazz.
Scott Charlo mentioning his favorite is the Gold Speedmaster on a rubber strap. That's cool.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Kevin would get the CK2998.
Ooh,
Uh,
yeah.
It is
Beautiful
a
one.
nice watch.
There's two versions: the black and white with the pulsometer versus and the blue and white, which kind of looks like the third iteration of the Silver Snoopy color, blue and white type of pattern. I prefer the blue and white too, Kevin. I think that's
Yeah, it's gorgeous. Justin mentioning, I skipped down, guys. I'm so sorry. But I will read the chat. Omega really is awesome, says Justin.
Justin has a nice one.
Mm-hmm. Aquaterra.
Yeah. He's got the Aquaterra.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, right, yeah.
SMP 300 is awesome, says Cowboy YKG.
yes.
And he likes the Nectin. Someone who used to as well. I still like the Nectin.
Next one is awesome.
Why do you get rid of the Nectin again?
I can't quite remember. I think. Oh, I think it was because I got the Planet Ocean.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that was it. Scott mentioning Omega cares about me. Neff says there's a picture of me at. Ooh,
Close one, right?
Oh man, that was close. That was really close.
You took a pivot like that, like Hakeem right there.
Yeah. Will not budge. There we go. Craig Ship does prefer those
Those
yellow
Japanese
gold
ones.
stunners.
Yeah.
All right. Well, my picks would be the Apollo 11. I think I'm getting that right. Apollo 11 Speedmaster. It has a gray dial with the guy getting out of the
Yeah, that's gorgeous.
The
lunar
50th
lander.
anniversary, you mean?
Yeah,
The guy meaning Buzz Aldrin?
sure.
You're talking about the steel
What
and
happened
gold,
to
half
the
and half, right?
Aldrin release
Yeah.
that we were thinking was coming. What happened to that one?
I'm not sure. I think they were, he's
Didn't do
92
anything,
now,
right?
so
This is probably my favorite Speedmaster.
That's cool.
It is so nice.
Beautiful.
Yeah, Buzz Aldrin. It is. I would have guessed Neil Armstrong, but I guess Neil Armstrong was holding the camera. And the Seamaster, that's tough, but I would rebuy the Planet Ocean 39.5
nice.
in blue. So
That watch looks so good on your wrist,
it,
Sanjay. You still, Dan still has a broken heart. You let that Planet Ocean go.
I,
Um,
I do toy with the idea of getting it back. So
That's
it'll
actually a
it'll
good
probably
two
happen.
watch collection right there, right? A Speedmaster and a Planet Ocean.
Yeah.
yeah.
Um,
True.
I've been considering getting the bigger one.
No,
No.
39.5 is perfect for you.
Yeah. It is perfect, but the bigger one has that hour jump feature, which I don't really need, but I kind of like that. But yeah, I think I would if I were to buy it again, it would be in blue. Bobby, what are your picks?
So I actually going to agree with you with the Seamaster. I've never owned a Planet Ocean,
Mm.
Yeah.
so I would probably think about getting a 39.5, like yours. Same thing, blue versus a titanium Planet Ocean, versus a Aquaterra Skyfall edition, just the plain blue one.
Oh.
Uh, I just love the Skyfall,
What's the Skyfall one?
Yeah,
the
that's a
James
beauty.
Bond Skyfall, where he wears on
Yeah.
in the movie Skyfall. Yep, it's just a plain
Oh, is that
teak
the one
blue.
with the bullet in the back? With the
No,
bullet,
no bullets, just
like,
blue.
it looks like a bullet engraved with James Bond. There was a limited edition for a movie. It was an Aquaterra. Might have been that one.
This is really nice.
Yeah, it
It's a
just
nice
looks
blue.
really beautiful.
Oops.
And it's vertical, right?
Yes.
Is it? Yeah, that's the one. It just looks really beautiful. I
Mhm.
think, and then for Speedmaster, that's a hard one, but I would give an honorable mention to what Chaz chose about the Moonshine Gold one. But I'm going to go historically with the original 1969 Moonshine Gold, where they gave it to they offered it to the president Nixon at the time, with the burgundy bezel. That's an honorable mention, but I would probably go for the original 2915. Just go 1957 2915 broad arrow.
Oh, okay.
Just go way back in the time machine, and going to Omega's roots. It's
You wouldn't get
just
the recreation
no.
reissue?
I would just own something like it's nice to see. I mean that looks nice too, but I've owned like the 60th anniversary is a 2915, right? So
Yeah.
basically, I wish that 60th anniversary had a what you call it, a 2-3-2-1 movement in it. That would have been the perfect
Oh.
Speedmaster. But
Great choices. Oh, so many Speedmasters.
there's so many options out there. It's such a nice sub collection. Or like if you were to go into one model, I don't think there's a model beyond Speedmaster. I can argue with anybody with Speedmasters, like you know what I mean. Like if you chose like Daytonas, or you chose Submariners or whatever, I think Speedmasters have much more of a catalog and variety and colors that probably would compete with any other model line. Maybe Reversos might be a good one to compare, but it's hard. Like I don't see that much variety in one single model line than Speedmaster. Just thinking about all these other brands, that we look through watches every single day, and I don't think there's a model line that has that much variety.
Yeah.
But still staying true. Like your Speedmaster is still the true Speedmaster. There's so many variations out of it. It's so. I mean, there's books out of on the Speedmaster because of this.
Yeah. Yeah. Well said. Well, one last dip into the chat here. BJ says he loves Omega, but he wished they would make their movements a little thinner. It's happening slowly. We've been saying that Long Island watch jumped the shark when they homaged a Panerai. Yeah. I feel like they jumped the shark a while ago before that.
Yeah, that shark's been jumped a long time.
Yeah. Chesmy, that spot remain open in his watch box. We thought he'd be adding a G-Shock from Sanjay. Yeah.
He did well, Bill.
Yeah.
Sanjay, short restraint.
Yeah, I didn't think he could do it, but I'm impressed.
A couple of potholes here and there, but he wavered through.
I'm sweating. Can't let my guard down now. Jeff says would love another Omega to go with my Seamaster. His calling. That's a beautiful watch, though. That's a really nice watch. I think Kevin has it. I think he was talking about getting it, but we won't. We'll talk about it next week. Aquaterra Ultra Light. That's a good one.
Yeah, but it's super expensive.
Crazy money.
The boutique, one of the boutiques here, that's the first time I've seen one. Probably must have been during COVID, so at least a year ago. It's still there.
Yeah. We got a super chat from Ryan. Good to see you, Ryan. Hope you're doing well. $700 max on eBay. What watch are you buying? Maybe a Speedfire around here.
I'm trying to see if we can get a Halios.
Yeah. Oof. I would get a brand Alpinist with the champagne dial, probably.
Japanese Alpinist champagne dial.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yes. No. Actually, the baby Japanese Alpinist. You know, the 38. I think 38 millimeter. So yeah, that's what I go with.
I get
How about
them.
you, Wolfie?
If he has a big enough wrist, I try. Maybe the Mido I have, the GMT thing. Maybe that's doable for 700 pre-owned, if he has the wrist.
Mm-hmm. Chaz?
Probably if it's 700, that's tough. You know, I'd be wanting to save up a little more and kind of move up a little bit. But if I just had to stick with $700, I would probably try to find a Marine Master 200 variation. That's probably the way I would go. One of maybe on the secondary, one of those blacked out, series with the orange. Orange accents. I may go that route if I had to stick with 700.
Yeah. Now is the time to go for those watches, because
they're come down. The prices come down quite a bit on those things.
Yeah, especially on eBay, like pre-owned.
Yeah.
Bobby, your thoughts?
Halios. I would try to get a Halios Fairwind.
Yeah.
Maybe even you can probably get a 700 and change. You can get a Seaforth. I think Halios as a microband, great value for money, great builds, quality, and tons of straps along with the watch when you buy one Halios.
Yeah, great choice there. Bill, glad to hear you're getting better. Wishing you a speedy recovery. But yeah, thanks for joining us, man. It's always great to have you on the chat.
Yeah, Bill's a good guy.
Yeah. This is a great choice, Dark Star. Great choice there. And Steve actually had a good option for $700. PRX.
Oh yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I like those.
Mm-hmm. All right, guys. Well,
Dan asked one question. I think a couple of times that I think you can answer this question without having to violate your terms tonight.
Yeah.
Which is easier to wind, or maybe more satisfying?
It would be the how would I put this?
The watch that you've been owning for longer.
Yes. My favorite watch of all time.
Okay.
Would be smoother to wind, but
that's what I figured you would say.
Yeah, I don't know how those guys. I don't know how those guys got around that really harsh wind of spring drive, but with the manual wound, it feels really nice to wind. So
Yeah.
yeah, wow, that was close too. Oh man. Anyway, guys, it was great chatting with you all tonight. Thank you, Wolfie, Bobby, and Chaz for joining me.
Sorry, Chad.
I will buy Chaz a G-Shock anyway.
No.
No, you
Yeah.
showed constraint, discipline.
Yeah.
You won. Yes,
Grant Seiko would be happy if you're constrained and disciplined.
You can say them. You can say them now. You know, you won,
Yeah.
so get it out of the system.
But we know it can be done now. We know it can be done.
It can be
So,
done. We've
yeah.
had an Omega show with no mention of
Any
the
other?
brand that shall not be named. And
Yeah.
but it would be an honor to buy you a G-Shock, Chaz. So if
Probably next week he's still gonna say the brand that shall not be. He bottled it in now.
yeah. All right, guys. Well, I hope you have a great week ahead. Great rest of your weekend as well. You guys are infinitely valuable. I do really appreciate you all. And yeah, see you guys next week.
See you guys.
Bye, everyone.
See you guys.